So today I'd like to talk to you about the death of JV partnerships. Now, that sounds all gloom and doom, and I would say that it's an accurate assessment of what the JV space is like and what it's been like for years. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that, the death of JV partnerships, is I think that the way that JV partnerships have worked for many, many years is no longer effective. And either we adapt or die as it relates to JV partnerships. So here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to tell you how I see it right now and how I see it in the future. Here's how I see the way that JV partnerships work right now and have worked for a long time. Let's just say you come out with a product, okay? So this is you. You come out with a product. You got a happy face because you have a product. You're like, yay, I need some joint venture support. So what happens is you do what we call a product launch, okay? So you do your launch and you're happy because now you have a list, okay? So now with that list, you go ahead and you promote the next launch. So one of your partners, you reciprocate, and they have a launch, and then they have a launch, then they promote the next partner's launch, and then those people promote the next launch, and then those people promote the next launch, and then they promote the next launch, and then those people promote the next launch, and so on. And what happens is you keep passing around the same leads from partner to partner to partner. And one of the things I've noticed over the years is the top person on the leaderboard for every launch is usually the last person who just did a launch, basically taking everybody's leads and pushing it into the next deal. Now let me tell you why your business, if you're using this model, has either plateaued or is dying. The problem is the email deliverability rates over the years has gone down. Okay, email is the worst way to stay in contact with a customer. It's just not effective anymore. With Google adding in their promotions tab and their spam filters, getting really smart, and all the different ways that the ESPs are really out to try and keep your messages away from your potential customers, it continually goes down. Okay, it's really the worst way to do that. I've come up with a term for this, and it's called circular jerkosity. Okay, it's my own term. I came up with it. TM on that one. Circular jerkosity. Basically, it's one big circle jerk of passing leads around from list to list. Now let me tell you, we are going to change the way things have been done here at NeuroGym as it relates to affiliates. Because what happened in the past, and I'll be, let the elephant out of the room. This isn't something you already don't know, but NeuroGym in the past has not done an effective job at managing these affiliate relationships, because here's what they've done. In the past, what's happened is, let's just call it Partner A. Partner A calls up affiliate person and says, affiliate person here at NeuroGym, and says, hey, I have a list of 400,000 people. I'm going to mail 3 times for you with 400,000 people. Will you mail 3 times for me with 400,000 people? And NeuroGym in the past has been like, oh, yay, yippee, let's do that. That's awesome. So what happens is Partner A we email 400,000 times, 400,000 people 3 times. But Partner A was kind of like a little bit fibbing on their list size. They may have a list of 400,000 people, but that list came from a consumer sweepstakes promo that they did to try and just get opt-ins. So Partner A delivers 500 clicks, let's just say it's 500 clicks, and those 500 clicks net 0 return, okay? So what happened was Partner A sent 500 clicks, even though they said they were going to mail 400,000 times, 3 times, 400,000 people 3 times. They didn't do that. But NeuroGym did. They sent 400,000 people 3 emails. So they sent out to 1.2 million people. And they did what they said they would do. Now the problem is that when you start creating all these recip deals all over the place and people don't actually deliver on what they said, what ends up happening is the list gets battered with offers. So there's offer. And when I got here and started helping these guys, one of the things I noticed was their JV calendar was insane. So what happens is they have a list of 600,000 people okay, and counting. We're actually driving, at least 1,000 to 2,000 new leads a week through cold traffic campaigns. So here's what happens: that 600,000 email list, which gets hammered and battered and bruised and beaten with offers over and over and over again to all these people who didn't really deliver results in the first place. What happens is, with partners that are actually delivering results and actually sending really good traffic, they end up getting screwed over because the list is so tired. A 600,000 person list ends up performing like a list that is only 100 to 150,000. So when they actually do the reciprocation ends up being super crappy because the list is battered, so it doesn't perform for crap. So the number of clicks that goes to the offer is really weak. So what I'm proposing to do is change all that in a couple different ways. The first way I want to change things is establish two types of partnerships. Okay, one is key partners, and number two is people that want to be partners and maybe be key partners someday, but aren't quite there yet. So number two is going to be someday. Now, I don't want to be an a-hole and ignore all these somedays, because the truth is everybody was a someday at one point or another. I was a someday. When I first started in this space back in 2008, I've been online since 2002, but in 2008 I entered the JV space of personal development. I didn't have a list, but what I did have was a high converting offer. And that offer got better over time, and through the process of having a high converting offer and driving cold traffic and doing JV stuff, we developed a really big list. Okay, so it's people that are key partners and someday. Okay, so I'd like to tell you now what the plan is and who are the key partners and what is the definition of that and what are the somedays. And then I'll let you decide on which one you are.
So here's the criteria to be what we call a top partner, okay? The first criteria is that you have a high converting offer yourself. Now, you don't have to have this, because if you don't need any kind of reciprocation, then whether or not you have a high converting offer doesn't matter. But the reason why it's important to have a high converting offer is because, let's just say I promote you and you promote me, okay? And you promote me and you get a lot of commissions because, our offer converts. It's not uncommon for us to have anywhere from $3 EPCs all the way up to, we've had in our last launch, some partners had up to $20, $25, and even $30 EPCs, which is incredible. So it's important to have a high converting offer. Here's why it's important to have a high converting offer. Let's just say I reciprocate to you, and I send you a bunch of traffic, and it gets 0 results, no inbound commissions. I would have been better off writing you a check instead of sending that email. And here's why. When we do an internal promo, our internal promos convert and create anywhere from $100,000 to $300,000 in internal revenue. So I'm sacrificing $100,000 to $300,000 to support that campaign. Now, if what I get back is 0, then why wouldn't I just send you, hey, instead of promoting your stuff, why don't I just send you a check for 10 grand? Here's 10 grand, take it. Does that make sense? So you have to have a high converting offer. And one of the things that I've seen in the space, in that circular of jerkosity, is that there's a lot of non-converting offers, and what ends up happening is those people, they build a big list, which is awesome for them, but what they do is they drag the whole space down, because that income that doesn't come in can't be pumped into cold traffic. Okay, the next is top 10 in our launch. Obviously, everybody wants support, and they want people to support them and get traffic, so we like inbound leads just as much as the next person, okay? So people that are top 10 in our launch get that support and can be considered for top partner status. It could be 10, or it could be 15, it could be 20, depending on the situation. The third part, and this is really important, that you're driving cold traffic to get new lead flow. Okay, this is critical. If that circle has everybody driving cold traffic, that circle becomes bigger. And when I say bigger, instead of deteriorating returns, what happens is everybody's list is growing consistently, and there's a positive vortex of results instead of a negative one. So driving cold traffic is critical. And one of the things that we're going to do is I'm going to start doing affiliate summits, and those affiliate summits are 100% around this and this. Having high converting offers, so we're going to talk about conversion, and we're going to talk about traffic. And that's it. Number 1 and number 3, we're going to do it here in the office, and if you want to join us remotely, we can bring you in on Skype on the meeting. We're going to have a conference bridge. We have a conference room here. Once a quarter, we're going to do a summit. I'll tell you about that in just a little bit, okay? And then the 4th one is brand resonance. Obviously, it's important that the brand is protected. So, for example, like here at NeuroGym, the brand is all about science-based personal development stuff. So the product has to be in resonance with what the brand is. So, like, if it was like, let's say you had an offer that was like how to source roofies and go to bars and and do that. That like how to be the Bill Cosby of your dating. We would not promote that. Okay, some other examples of things we would not promote would be, how to sneak guns on planes. Now I'm joking. I'm being dramatic on purpose, but it's really important that the offer resonates with the brand. And I would say it has to resonate both directions. So those are the 4 criteria for the top partners. Now, if you don't meet those criteria, there's no judgment in that. And what we'd like to do is also help you to the point to get you to be this person. So really, there's 2 types of JV partners that we have. One is we have some people that check all these boxes. And those are people we want to JV with right now and in the future. And then the rest of the people that don't meet these criteria, we want to help you meet those criteria. And that's what those affiliate summits that we're going to host here are meant to do. It's meant for these people to get better, and it's meant for people that aren't here yet to learn the things that they need to learn to get to this space. If you'd like to participate in our first affiliate summit, you can do so either on the internet or live here in person. If you can make it here, I would highly recommend being here. So the first affiliate summit is going to be February 11th, 2017. It's going to be here at the NeuroGym office. And the reason why I want to do it here is there's like whiteboards everywhere here. This is like, they've painted every wall in this place with whiteboards. Like if I had a VR camera right now and you had a virtual reality tour of my office, it is whiteboard, 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 and on that wall is whiteboard, whiteboard, whiteboard. They have whiteboards everywhere. Okay, so we're going to be whiteboarding this stuff out. And right now, we're spending between $4,000 and $6,000 a day in cold traffic. And we'd like to help you do the same or even more. And we're ramping up that effort and creating assets that'll create traffic. Now, emails are the dumbest way. I shouldn't say that. That's kind of judgmental. Emails are the laziest way to promote each other. And if you're open to something better or different, I'd love for you to be here. Or if you can't be here, that's okay. If you're open to something better or different as it relates to JV partnerships, let me know. And the example is, before I started working with NeuroGym, I was the top affiliate twice in a personal development launch using 100% cold traffic, meaning I beat the entire space. I beat every single person in the space without sending a single email. Now, if we all take that mindset and we apply the cold traffic mindset to grow the list and then promote each other, everybody's businesses will go like this. It's none of this plateau crap or this declining crap. And if we don't change the way we operate, for sure, the space is gonna wither up into nothing. And the business as we know it is gonna suck. Okay? So, if you're willing to escape the circular jerkosity that's going on right now, let us know. I'm going to put this on a page. I'm going to put down a registration for the affiliate summit. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. You're our guest. This isn't a paid mastermind or anything like that. We're talking about 2 things. We're talking about conversion and traffic, or traffic and conversion. Traffic and conversion. Somebody's already used that. I'm going to use conversion untraffic. Okay? Conversion untraffic. C-N-T. All right? So if you want to be here for that, we'd love to have you. Thank you so much for watching this, and really thank you. And I hope I didn't come across ungrateful. I'm super grateful for your support, and we're grateful for everything that you've done. My goal is to support you more, because to be honest with you, the support that NeuroGym's given to top partners and top affiliates has sucked. And the reason it sucked is because they mail for too many people, and they mail for too many offers that suck. And we're ending that. Okay, we're going to get key partnerships with people that are driving cold traffic so that we really, really explode each other's businesses. Our goal this year is to do $17 million in revenue, I have specific plans on how we're going to get that done. The team here is absolutely incredible. And then the other thing, too, I'm just going to throw this in there. The bureaucracy of getting stuff done here is changing. There's been changing of the guard in many different ways. So working with NeuroGym is going to be much easier in the future. Okay? Thank you so much. I hope to see you here on February 11th, either here in person or on the internet. Probably bring you guys in on Skype that are remote. And we'll see you then. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.